a most pompous big city engine. The island of Sodor has long been a popular tourist destination, with many things to do and many sights to see, as well as the world-famous Northwestern Railway. Special trains are put on by other railway companies in agreement with the Fat Controller to bring more visitors to the island. Even special excursion trains. One day, the Fat Controller had news. An engine is coming to take an excursion train from the mainland. He's going to be spending a few nights at the shed while he takes excursion trains to Scarborough, Skipton, Carlisle, Derby and Lincoln. His name is Reginald. I hope you will all make him feel welcome and comfortable, said the Fat Controller, and he left. Duck had a suspicious feeling. Reginald? That name sounds uncannily familiar. Oh, not him, grumbled Gordon. He remembered the time that Reginald had visited many years ago, when they were arguing over which station was London. That evening, Reginald pulled into the shed and gave a scornful look at Gordon and Duck. It's you two, he said. Have you not agreed on something? And what might that be? Asked Duck. Don't you remember all those years ago? We were debating about London. You know, the only proper station for London is Euston. Richard overheard. I don't know what you're on about. There's many stations in London. There's Charings Cross, Waterloo. Silence! Snapped Reginald. Euston is the only proper station for London, you know. No, said Gordon. London is King's Cross. I went there many years ago. But you actually ended up in St. Pancras, remember? Cut in Duck. Gordon remembered. Well, I was routed on the wrong line. Reginald found it amusing. Oh, so you did not go to King's Cross after all? Charings Cross? Interjected Richard. No, King's Cross, said Reginald. Euston is the only proper station for London, you know. Now, I would like to have some sleep because I have a busy day tomorrow and I'm not going to be arguing with two engines like you. What a pump, said Duck. Well, I've no part in this, said James. But I do have to say that Manchester's Victoria, not Piccadilly. Why would that be? 'Cause I went there, said James. The next morning, Reginald puffed grandly into Knapford. He saw Bernard on the platform. You there, dog reader, tank engine? The name's Bernard. I don't care. Will you go fetch my coaches and hurry up now? But I have other jobs to do, said Bernard. It is station master's orders. Come along, will you? Bernard huffed and went to fetch Reginald's coaches. Wilfrid then pulled in, ready for his first excursion train up to Ulfstead Castle. Hello, who might you be? The name's Reginald. There's no need to be rude. Then Wilfrid dozed off. It's time for a rest. Reginald blew his whistle at Wilfrid. What was that for? No one dozes off on my watch. You're supposed to be pulling your train, not dozing in the station at all hours. Oh, that's very rude of you, said Wilfrid crossly.
soon, Bermond fumed into the station with Reginald's coaches, and all the passengers boarded. Many passengers were on Reginald's excursion train, with some coming from as far afield as the Czech Republic, Greece, Romania, and Ukraine. The guard's whistle blew, and Reginald snorted importantly out.
I'll be seeing you 2 engines later. Be there and take my coaches away.
We won't be doing anything for you. As Reginald sped across the line in a pompous manner, he saw a red flag up ahead.
What is all this? Driver, will you stop?
Reginald's driver applied the brakes, and he came to a stop in front of the level crossing, where Caroline had broken down.
What are you doing on the crossing?
Demanded Reginald. I'm sorry, said Caroline. My master was driving me too fast, and I broke down, you see. I can only go so fast, but master was in a hurry. So y'all gonna have to wait until Butch the breakdown truck comes to pick me up.
You are unreliable,
said Reginald scornfully. I beg your pardon. I can't help overheating when I'm hurried. Y'all just have to wait here for a few minutes. Butch will be here shortly. And sure enough, Butch arrived a few minutes later. Spencer also pulled up. Reginald glared at Spencer.
So what's this? Grizzly engine?
That is right, said Spencer pompously. I've heard about you, and I've heard you've had a little argument about which station is London. King's Cross is the only proper station for London, you know. I've heard about your little argument, fumed Caroline. London has many stations. Will you stop arguing about it? And she was pulled away by Butch. Reginald did not have time to retort at Spencer, so he puffed away. Spencer soon saw Gordon and Nathan.
If there's anything that we can agree on, my dear Gordon,
he said,
King's Cross is the only proper station for London. Not what that buffoon called Reginald says.
Gordon had to agree.
Yeah, you're right on that. Will you please get out of my way? Right. I suppose it's best you get out of my way too.
And they puffed away. Over the next few days, Reginald kept up his snobbish attitude. He kept demanding his coaches from Bernard, who reluctantly agreed. And he was also very rude to Wilfrid. To make matters worse, Reginald had an excursion up to Ulfstead Castle. There, he saw the Earl's engines.
So what is this? Is this a retirement home for old-timers like you?
Glynn glared at Reginald.
You don't speak to us like that,
he said crossly. Stephen also was upset. We have work to do, and you don't tease us about your age. Besides, I was cutting edge back in the day.
Suppose like 200 years ago,
laughed Reginald. Neil puffed up.
Will you shut that firebox of yours up?
he said crossly.
Don't speak to me like that, said Reginald. Will you be a good chap and shut up?
Engines blew their whistles in anger at Reginald. Sir Robert Norby had to come and calm the noise.
I would like to see him get his just desserts,
said Wilfrid.
Hey, but
asked Neil.
It'll come sometime, said Glynn. Let's just leave it for now.
Yeah, I have to get back to work, said Stephen. The next day happened in the city. Bernard and Wilfrid were waiting in the station when
Reginald puffed in pompously.
There you were. We go and fetch my coaches. The station master has ordered me to do so. I really can't be late because I'm running a fast train to Derby. So come on then, chop chop, will you?
Bernard didn't want to get into an argument with Reginald, so he did as he was told. Although the station master overheard and was cross. I didn't order Bernard to go fetch his coaches. He's telling a big fat lie.
Soon all the coaches were coupled up to Reginald, and he puffed away.
Then it happened.
Oh, what's going on?
Reginald came to a stop just feet outside the station. Hey up, that's torn it, said the driver. You've burst your safety valve. You're not going anywhere, let alone Derby.
Rumbled Reginald. Oh, well, do dang about. Come with me from this train.
The station master came to see what the fuss was. He then spoke severely to Reginald. I have not been ordering this engine to go and fetch your coaches. He's not your valet. And now look what all this smoke in your smoke boss has led you to. Now I'm going to have to get another engine. Sir, said Bernard, can me and Wilfrid take it as far as Vicarstown? And, perhaps can the other railway spare Darryl, the green diesel? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, he can take it as far as Derby. I'll go and speak to the Fat Controller, said the station master. And so he did. When the arrangements were made, Bernard and Wilfrid backed down onto the train and set off. They were soon whizzing down the Sodrian countryside. Everyone was amazed at what they saw. They reached Vicarstown in no time at all. Sure enough, Darryl was waiting for them.
Oh, hello, you two, he said. Nice effort with the train. Although you both look tired out. Darryl was right. Wilfrid fell asleep. Well, Bernard, you better pull him off so that I can take the train. And as for that Reginald engine, I've known him. He's such a pompous idiot. He's not learned from his mistakes, unlike I have.
I agree, I can't agree more, said Bernard, as he pulled the sleeping Wilfrid away from the train. Soon, all was ready. The guard blew his whistle, and Darryl pulled away towards Derby. Well, said Bernard, I reckon I'll be taking you back to the castle. Wilfrid said nothing. He was fast asleep. That evening, Darryl returned to Knapford, where he saw Donald, with Reginald at the back. Can I spare a moment with that engine? Hey, sure you can, said Donald, and he pulled away from Reginald. Darryl looked scornfully at Reginald. I would have thought that a steamer like you would have exhibited more dignity, not acting like a pompous idiot that led to your safety valve bursting. Remember what I did to James to get even? Huh? Euston is not the only station in London. I worked all across the country, mainly around Manchester. I was at Longside for many years. But you should realise that no matter what station London is, they all serve the same place,
Just go to different parts of the country. You should break out of your ways. You are preserved, like I am. Yet, you should exhibit much more dignity and humility. Reginald knew that Darryl was right. And being scolded by a diesel of all engines, that really made Reginald think. What will he have learnt? I don't know.